Hello, my name is Benjamin Pinto, and I'm doing risk assessments. Firstly, we have a risk here, the goal posts, but it's not the actual goal post, it is the netting. And what the risk is that, say if someone hit the ball through the goal, and it goes straight through, and if some people are on the other side, like here, playing, it could hit them and injure them. That is a potential risk. However, we could overcome this by strapping the netting here, like here or something, so it stops the ball from going. The risk is the fence. As you can see, the line and the fence, like there's not enough room for people to run. So if someone was doing a sprint from down there, and then they're running at such a tremendous speed, and they have to stop by the white line, it's not going to happen. They're going to go to the fence, and they could probably crash and hurt themselves. So that is the risk. The way I would say to perfect that is to maybe move the line like closer, or maybe move the fence back a bit so that people have room to run. The last risk assessment is the AstroTurf. Now, as you can see, it's plastic, but also has rubber on it, so it will like cushion your fall. However, if you are like playing a football match and you're diving across the crumb to save the ball, like you might get burns. So, you know, potentially you could hurt yourself and burn yourself and whatever. And the way to improve that, I would say, is to wear long clothing, so that it will decrease the chances of you getting hurt, and maybe wear layers as well. That's Ben Pinto again. I'm going to calculate the severity of the netting. So no one's actually going to go behind there. Well, they might do. So the probability of that is, I'd say, 2, so that they're tripping over it and they could hurt themselves, and the severity would be a 2 because they could smash their head on this, and this is metal, so they could crack their head open, could bleed. So 2 times 2, 4. So that's the severity of the goal. The risk of the fence, I'd say, well, because not many people run into the fence unless they need to, to stop. They hurt themselves, but I don't think they'll do that. So that's the probability of that would be a 1, and the severity of it would be a 2, because they could hurt themselves, might cut themselves on this thing here or that, or just like any of this fence. So that's the risk of that is 3. And lastly is the AstroTurf. The chance hurting of that, or the probability of them getting a burn, would be a 2, because if you're playing like football sport, you're going to be sliding and diving if you're in the goal, or like attacking or whatever. So that would be a 2. And the severity of that won't be very severe, but I mean, you could cut yourself if there's any like foreign objects in the rubber, the crumb. So yeah, that would be a 2 as well. So I think the risk would be a 4.
Hello, my name is Jason Taylor. We're doing a little bit of a risk assessment on the rubber crumb. Various risks such as litter on the rubber crumb, bags not where they're meant to be, and hockey goalposts in the middle of the rubber crumb. The hazards they pose is the bags. People could trip and fall over the bags, injuring themselves, hurting their heads. Litter is exactly the same, except people could fall or cut themselves depending on the type of material. And the hockey goals, the risk that poses is people could run into them while playing a football match as those players. To stop such hazards, the hockey goals must be put out of place in the bag area, which is over in this section over here, and the same can be said for the bags. The bags must be put in this area where the bags should be, to prevent any further risks of injury. The bottles that were found should be placed in that bin to ensure nobody gets injured. This would then reduce the risks of anyone getting injured, and that's about it, really. Hi, my name's Jason Taylor. We're just going to calculate the risks of the bottles not being placed in the bin. The injuries, the likelihood of someone tripping and falling over the bottle is about a 2. The severity is a 2, which poses an overall risk of 4. The bags are a risk. The likelihood of someone tripping and falling over them is also a 2. The severity of someone injuring themselves, possibly falling on the fence, would be a 2 to a 3, which brings a risk of 6 to 4. And the hockey goals in that section, the likelihood of someone clashing into it would be about a 2 to a 3, and serious injury is about 2 to a 3 as well, which poses an overall risk rating of 6 to 9.